Welcome everyone. Had a little technical difficulty here, so I appreciate the patience. Thank you so much for being here today on a nice, beautiful Saturday morning. And for those of you all joining, let me know how the audio is right now. I want to make sure you can hear me. So whenever you all join, just let me know. And for those of you all watching this pre-recorded, we're starting super soon. So thank you for the patience. Thank you all for being here in this present moment. Super grateful. Welcome, Thomas. Morning. Great to see you. Thanks for being here. So currently doing the live for both Instagram as well as the YouTube channel. So we'll give it another few minutes. For those of you all watching this recorded, if you want to skip ahead to the actual meditation part, feel free. But for the rest of us, we'll just wait another minute or two, and then we shall start. And also for anyone else joining now, would love to hear what you are grateful for in this present moment. Welcome, Colin. So, whatever it is, just think of something in this present moment that you are grateful for. And you can either say it out loud, you can say it in your mind, or you can comment that down in the chat. Your choice. Welcome, Mom. Welcome, Bryant. Dreamed of launching a spur of the moment live. Oh, wow. Thomas, that's super interesting. I appreciate you sharing that. We do lots of parallel things in slightly different ways, but thanks for sharing, man. Grateful for you. Welcome, Brian. It's been a long time. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the morning meditation session. And for those of you all joining for the YouTube or the Instagram, wherever you're at, doesn't matter whether you're in bed, whether you are in the car, on the sofa, there's no right or wrong here. So super open with regards to your environment. You can do this anywhere. So feel free to get started. And now let's do some very basic recommended posture fixings. So again, these are just recommendations. You don't have to be in this position, but it does help with the optimal uh, fixing of the posture to really get you into this optimal experience. And so what that's going to entail is you having a straight back. Having a straight back is super, super important. You want it to be nice and erect. Very critical for this. And so make sure it's straight, whether you're sitting, standing. Again, if you're sleeping, this would be an exception, but I would recommend having a straight back. So even roll your shoulders back if you want. Get it nice and straight. Roll forward. Having a straight body and just in general flexible body is super important because, as they say, there's two things I've learned. The first is that only when you're dead does your body become stiff. And so the more stiffer you are now, it's just the closer you are to that dead version of yourself. So you don't want to be that way. The second thing I've heard is that if you can't move at all, so this isn't about flexibility, but this is about that constant fidgeting and constant movement. Even I might do it every so often, just like swaying back and forth, uh, shaking your legs, whatever it might be. It's a reflection of your mind. And so the whole idea is when you can get your body fixed or body uh, still, then your mind will in turn get still. And that's why yoga is super, super helpful with meditation. Usually it's a recommended practice that you do before the meditation. So it's a great complement. Alrighty, now let's get started. Thank you all so much for being here. Welcome, Ava. We're going to start by first, welcome, Clint. Thank you so much, Ava. I appreciate that. We're going to first start with the back straight, as I'd mentioned earlier. Oh, I went on a little tangent there. So back straight. Ideally, again, these are just recommendations. If you can sit cross-legged on the ground, that would be awesome. You don't have to for this. You really don't. You can sit on the chair. If you're sitting on the chair, I would recommend right ankle over left ankle, just like that, or it might be coming off opposite on the camera. So just like that. And hands open like this. You'll actually notice these are very subtle things, but they make a big impact. Keeping your hands open versus this way, downwards, has a difference in impact on how deep your breaths are. I'm not going to say much in terms of which is deeper. I would love to have you experiment and you tell me, or you experience that for yourself. But just a recommended tip is to keep your hands open like this, not like this, but like this would be perfect. So let's keep that open on your lap, just like that. And back straight, ankles crossed, whether you're cross-legged or sitting on the chair. Again, the exception is if you're on bed, which is fine too. And face tilted up would be also optimal because if your face is here or down, you just might fall asleep, right? So let's try to make sure. Great question, Brian. So it's actually a tip. That's a good question. The exact reason behind it, uh, it's a bit kind of long, so I'm not going to get into that. But it is just recommended. Again, no strict rule here, but it does help to establish this optimal, let's call it body position, right, for this practice. So, I mean, I guess a little taste of the answer. Regardless whether you believe in this stuff or not, would be it has to do with the energy flowing in your body. And so by crossing the legs, uh, it helps to stabilize the energies and help create that optimal environment for the meditation. It might sound woo-woo to y'all that are not too into maybe this stuff, but just again, a recommended tip. Welcome to those of you joining on the YouTube. We're about to start. Would love to hear if you can hear me okay. Just comment down and would love to just get a sense of how well the audio is. But now that we're in this posture, thank you all for the patience and also feel free to ask me any other questions. Thank you, Brian. That was a great question. In the comment and chat, always here to help out in any way possible. We're going to start with the eyes closed now. Let's close the eyes. Thank you so much, Dee, for being here, and I appreciate you sharing about the audio status. Let's all close the eyes. And with the eyes closed, I want you to think of something that you are grateful for in this present moment. What is something you're grateful for? Think of anything. There's a bazillion things to think of, but just think of something that you're grateful for. And now that you are thinking of that one thing, I want you to visualize it, picture it, and then keep envisioning it. Welcome, Karthik. Thank you so much for being here, Karthik. Now we're going to move on to another thing. So let's think of something else. I'll give you some time here. And again, I want you to focus on this thing, whatever this thing is. Just some examples. This could be the sun. This could be this present moment. That's what I love resorting to in case you all can't think of anything new. You could always just say, this present moment is what I'm grateful for. Because if you think about it, everything happens in this present moment. All of life happens in this present moment. So when you're grateful for this present moment, you are grateful for literally everything. You can always say, I'm grateful for this air. So they call it I think the energy, the prana, right? The breath, pranayama. That's the breath breathing practice. And it's literally the life force. Without the breath, you can't live. So it's a super essential thing to also be grateful for. But your choice, pick whatever you want. Same practice here. Think of it, envision it. And now, if possible, as you're continuing to think about this second thing now, try to picture yourself there with it. So, just an example, you can make it work however it fits with your gratitude choice. But let's just say I'm super grateful for a tree, right? As I'm closing the eyes, thinking about a big tree, maybe the one in my backyard. I'm going to now envision it more and more till the point where I almost see myself there and it's right in my face. And by seeing it right in your face, you're going to now, I don't know, give it a hug. And that's what I was picturing, giving the tree a hug, just like that. uh, so I want you all to try that out. Okay. Now I want you all to pick something else. This is our last one for the gratitude practice. For those of you all joining, welcome. Welcome, Camila. Thank you so much for being here. We are just doing gratitude practice, eyes closed, wherever you're at, thinking of something that we're grateful for. Welcome, Harishan. Thank you so much for being here. So now pick a third thing and same practice here, right? So I want you to close the eyes, focus on that gratitude of choice, and then I want you to envision it and then keep going till the point you almost feel like it's in your face and you're right there. Welcome, Messiah. Thank you so much for being here. Bala, I appreciate you. And just a side tip for those of y'all that are here new, just recommendations. Having your back straight is super important. Sitting cross-legged would be great, if not cross-legged. Uh, thank you, Brian. Ankles crossed, right over left would be perfect. Face tilted up would be nice. Hands open on your lap would be great too. Okay. Now we're going to do a body scan. Switch it up. I love comparing this to, excuse me. I love comparing this to the airport security scanners, those booths that you walk through, and they'll tell you to put your hands up like this, right? And it'll scan you from head to toe. I love comparing to that. So imagine you're walking through that booth, but you're scanning yourself. We're gonna start from head, go all the way till our toes, and some pointers here. Try to give each and every part of the body an equal pace of scan. There might be certain parts of the body that have tension, discomfort, pain. Doesn't matter. We're going to just give it an equal pace of scan. So let's do this together. Start at the top of the head. And as I go through the body too, just a heads up, we're doing this as a full body scan, right? So if I say something like forehead, I want you to also be scanning the back simultaneously, right? If I say the neck, you're also doing the front of the neck, right? So just heads up for the most part. Start at the top of the head. Slowly move your way past towards the forehead, the eyebrows, the eyes. Welcome, Fernanda and Rishi, the meditation. We're just doing a body scan, so wherever you're at, if you want to join, feel free. I think my Hindi is not the best, but metiku. Metiku. Welcome, Rishi. The ears, the nose, much appreciation, Rishi. And then I'll let you all finish this at your own pace till you reach your toes. Take your time here. Again, just make sure you give a nice equal pace of scan. It's also very natural and very normal to get distracted, whether it's by your thoughts, whether it's by feelings, whether it's physical or emotional, or whether it's sounds. But the moment you realize that you've been distracted, we're going to very simply and gently let go of that and then resume the focus back to where we left off in that scan. So let's do this at our own pace now. Take your time. Welcome, Marianne. We're just doing a body scan, so if you want to join for that, feel free. And now, regardless of where you're at the scan, we're going to draw the attention towards the breath. Find the spot of rising and falling breathing sensation. This can be the nose, this can be the chest, this can be the stomach. Doesn't matter. Just find that spot of rising and falling breathing sensation, and then focus on it. And as we're focusing on the spot, we're going to, with each inhale, exhalation pattern breath, share something that we're grateful for. You can make this fun and pick something different each time, or you can pick the one mantra that I always go by, which is I'm grateful for this present moment. Grateful for this present moment, because that includes everything. So, again, as the eyes are closed, as you breathe in, as you breathe out, I'm grateful for this present moment. You can say it out loud or you can say in your mind. There's no rule here on that. Well, let's do this for the next minute or two. Again, just if you want to have fun with it, think of something new. Each time, I'm grateful for the air, grateful for the trees, grateful for technology, grateful for Instagram, grateful for YouTube, grateful for the self, right? Grateful for the friends. There's so many, you can have fun with it. But if not, you can always just say this present moment. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And now we're going to slowly let go of that gratitude, focus, and chant, and bring your attentions back to the environment around you. Bring it back to the sounds that you hear near you. Bring it back to the feeling of your body resting on the ground or the chair or the bed, wherever you're at. Bring it back to just the very simple awareness of the breath. And then at your own pace and time, you can gently open your eyes. When you do open your eyes, you're going to say that you're grateful for this present moment first, and then you open the eyes. Or if you want to pick something else, that's also okay. And then take your time, and I'll be here for the next moment or two to answer any questions. Feel free to ask me anything, whether it's meditation related, whether it's doesn't matter. Just comment down. I'm here for the next minute or two. Thank you. Take your time again. Would love to hear anything, whether it's constructive criticisms, critiques, suggestions, things that were hard, things that were easy. You can always message me separately as well. If you're on my YouTube, you can message me at Vish Vibes. Oh, Johanna, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I think you've come from the community wellness. I'm pretty sure group, right? If you haven't, I'm mistaken, but I was actually doing three at the same time, three sessions, which were on my Instagram and then the YouTube, and then also on the Zoom. So now it's just easier with two. So thank you for being here. Again, do not hesitate, and you can always message me separately. I'll comment that in the chat. If you have any personal questions about meditation or just your experience with this, It's Average Vibes. Obviously, for those of you watching this recorded on Instagram, you can DM me. Feel free. And yeah, thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate your presence this beautiful morning. With that, make your day, take it joyfully, stay conscious, and ecstasy.